Hey everybody, this is Melissa. Usually I introduce myself as 104 action figure collector on a budget, which I still am, but I'm also a writer and a author and hopefully one day a published novelist. So today I was just going to make a video. I've been actually updating my blog and my author Facebook page, but I honestly had not been making any videos or anything. So just an update as to what's going on in my author life is that I am participating in NaNoWriMo for the very first time. And I am surprised to learn that NaNoWriMo, like they sponsor things, resources, encouragement, services and stuff all year round. And they encourage you to join groups, which I did join a couple of groups. I think I joined Writers of Color, and then the in general NaNoWriMo group, and I had my very first uh, Zoom meeting. Well, it wasn't my first Zoom meeting, but it was my first writer related Zoom meeting. If you don't count the times that I did like tuned in for like Zoom interviews with like my favorite author or something like that. So in November, I'm planning on writing, which I know I'm going to do it this time because I actually already have 20 chapters already outlined. I'm working on planning because I've tried to write this follow up to the short story being Raven's Transformation. Tried to write the follow up to it several times and have started, gotten as far as 13, 14, 15 chapters at least 3 times and just hated everything that I had done and got lost in the middle. So I'm up to chapter 20, which I'm planning on doing 30 chapters. So I have between, what is today? Today is the 21st of October. Within this next week, I've got to plan out those next 10 chapters, and I am going to write those 30 chapters because what I did was I did like chapter by chapter outlines, making it as detailed as I could, putting in there what I wanted to happen. And I know there's things that I'm going to miss. I put like I'm using Google Docs, and so I put like notes on the side of things that I need to consider as well when I'm writing. And this is going to be a first draft, so I know it's not going to be great, but the main thing is I need to get the main part of the story down, which I actually know the main part of this of the story that I'm writing, and it's Raven's Revenge. I already know the main part of the story, and I already know how I want it to ultimately end. But the thing of it is I'm planning on writing a series. So this is going to be, okay, so this first book can be a standalone. It can be all by itself, and it doesn't have to have another book behind it to solve the things that are going to happen in the first book. I'm going to take care of all that. We're going to get all the answers to the questions, but at the end of the book, a new question is going to be posed. Kind of like Kim Harrison does, like she carries things over. So I've already worked out the background for my main character and my secondary character, which is she's pretty main as well. But I've worked out the background for both those characters. The thing that I have not worked out, which I guess I'll work out in the course of writing this first draft, is I haven't figured out what I want to do with the werewolves, because there's like a whole community of werewolves that I don't really have a main character for, but the group is like a secondary kid. So the whole group of werewolves is like a secondary character. I don't have any main werewolf or anything. But there are vampires in there. You know, vampires and werewolves, they don't usually get along. So I got to figure out what the werewolves what's their stake in the story, you know, what is their role in the story actually. And it should probably be pretty significant. The lore of the werewolf is pretty important in this story, the werewolf lore. I'm really excited because I've like really worked hard on developing the characters, and I've really worked hard on figuring out like minute details that really bring the story and the characters to life. I've worked so hard on figuring out things like if there really were vampires in the real world and they were hidden from humans, how could they hide from humans when they have to satisfy their need for blood? I mean, because they have to have blood to live. So, how could they hide their existence if they're constantly having to get blood, you know? So, I figured out an answer to that. So, I'm not going to tell you, but I figured out an answer to that. Because in my world, paranormal creatures are not known to humans. In most of the books that I've read, the paranormal creatures are living like next to the humans, and in my book they also are living next to the humans. It's just that the humans don't know that they are living. They don't know that there's werewolves and vampires because they've kept their existence secret. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. But I just wanted to give a little update. I've done a lot of planning. I've got, oh my God, I've got maybe 50 or 60 pages of notes. And I'm in the process of rewriting my notes now because I'm trying to bring, my notes were very chaotic. So I had like different scenes between the main character and the secondary character. Main character's name is Raven. Secondary character, who's going to be a big part of the story, her name is Zen. And I'd like have scenes between them, things that are happening, and then I'd go back and I'd put background and you know, why is it that werewolves and vampires hate each other and blah blah blah. So yeah, I've been having a great time figuring it out, and being retired and being able to do this is so great. And my daughter, oh my God, my daughter is so great. She and I just bounce ideas off of each other. She helps me when she asks me to tell her about my different characters and what's going on, and I'm telling her about them. And she's like, oh, so you got to figure out blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah. So I really appreciate her. She's been more helpful than she knows. But anyway, just a quick update. This is Melissa, potential or up and coming uh, novelist, signing off.